Hello, everybody, and welcome to Burly's World. Today, I just wanted to talk about things that are self-limiting. Do you guys remember when you were younger and you kind of had the world at your feet? You know, you had goals, you wanted to go out, you got done with, say, high school, you had plans, you went to college, you were going to get the career. Maybe you ended up in the career you trained in, and maybe you ended up doing something else. But you went from making very little as a teenager, high schooler, to making significantly more if you went to college, or if you went out and got a trade, a skill. You went from making very little to making a substantial amount more money. Well, if you were making zero and you went to making $20,000 a year, that's exponential growth, right? So even at that stage, you went from little to a lot in comparison to where you were. And some of you expanded your careers, and you went from $20,000 a year to 40 to 60. Some of you 80 or more. And there was exponential growth for a period of time. But then, did you notice that things kind of tapered off? At a certain point, things tapered off. Maybe you settled into life, started a family. Maybe you had reached sort of the pinnacle of your goal to get into a particular career, or you got to a certain income level and you were comfortable, and the income pretty much slowed down, and sometimes you're frustrated. Maybe the income that you want isn't there. Sometimes you can't go on all the vacations you want, or you can't afford some of the nicer things that you would like. You're stuck at a certain income level, and you have to live within those means. Well, I want to talk to you about the things that are self-limiting. And really, if you think about when you were younger and you had these dreams and you had these goals, that was propelling you to an exponential increase in income at that point. But somewhere along the way, those dreams and those goals, they stopped at a certain level, right? If they would have not stopped, you would keep propelling towards those. You'd keep working towards those. And so we truly are our worst enemy in that respect. And I've done it too. I'm not just talking to you, I'm talking about all of us, or most of us, who have been in a situation like this, where we get to a certain point in life and things are good enough. And we sort of take what we're given because we've got to that certain point. In my own construction business, I was comfortable with a certain amount of employees. I was certain with a certain amount of workload, doing a certain amount of bids, working with a certain amount of jobs at the same time. And to propel myself forward meant some stretch and some growth. And usually when you're stretching and growing, there's pain that goes along with that. And that's not comfortable, really. You're stepping outside of what's comfortable. And we're used to doing that when we're younger. We just charge forward. But as we get a little older, it's not so easy anymore. We've jumped over some of the major hurdles, and we kind of feel like we're here in the finish, at the finish line, and now we're just kind of hanging out. So we really self-limit. We, including me, I think everyone's done this at some point or another. Some of you out there may be drivers and high achievers, and you're still pushing, and that's great. Just think about where your dreams are at now. Have you accomplished your dreams? If you have, and you don't have any new ones, you're not going anywhere. You're going to be right where you are pretty much forever. If you don't dream bigger and push towards those new dreams, you can't accomplish them. You can only achieve as far as your mind can imagine. And so if your dreams have stopped, your level of income has stopped, your level of satisfaction in life has stopped, it will be where it is and it will not change. I would encourage you to set aside some time. I mentioned in another video that people tend to spend more time planning a vacation than planning out their life. And the study I referenced in that particular video, it was students, college students, who just took 1 hour to plan out their life. Those plans, those goals, those dreams propelled them into an increase of 70% production. 70%. That's incredible. And that was an average, so some were more. So what could you do with an additional 70% satisfaction of life? What could you do with an additional 70% increase in your income? What are those things that you would do? Start planning, start dreaming. You could certainly achieve more than 70%, but hey, an increase like that is pretty significant. So instead of planning for your next vacation, your next break away from work, spend a little time. Plan your life. Plan, a new strategy in your business. Maybe plan to advance in your career. Plan how you want your relationships to be. All of those things are critical. If we don't dream for them, and if we don't plan for them, and those aren't part of our goals in life, they won't happen. So don't limit yourself by saying, here I am, I've achieved everything, and this is all that life has to offer for me. Life has a lot more to offer if you're willing to go out and get it. Dream for it. Dream big. Don't just in baseball terms, don't just bunt the ball and try to get one base. Swing for the fences. Why not? It takes just as much time. If you're going to plan for goals, and if you're going to spend an hour doing it, do you want to plan for something small, or do you want to plan for something big? It's going to take the same amount of time. It's going to take the same amount of energy to think about things. Plan big. Swing for the fences. Do something outrageous. If you get close to that outrageous goal, you don't quite hit it, you're way further along than if you had just bunted the ball and just went for one base. Give it a shot. What can it hurt, right? 1 hour? Sit down. Write out some goals. Write out your dreams. Really think about it. Most of us stop dreaming after, we hit our 30s or 40s, and we just sort of take what's given to us at that point. Dream big. Plan out your life. Get excited. Get passionate about something. Use that passion to help you reach your goals. Just food for thought. Thanks for joining me. We'll talk to you soon.